Hey, this is Scott over at The Versatile Guitarist. In this video, I want to show you how to play a solo arrangement of Djangology, a classic old gypsy jazz tune written by Django Reinhardt. So for gypsy jazz, we usually need two guitars, somebody playing the lead and somebody playing the rhythm, and that would sound like this. So even though in gypsy jazz we most of the time want to hear two guitars, that's typically how you hear it, any song in the world that you've ever heard in your life, we can reduce down to a solo arrangement on one guitar. If we have the chords and the melody, we can put them together. So what's going to happen for the A section of my arrangement of this is instead of this, the chords, we kind of lose that, and of course that's very much a hallmark of gypsy jazz, but we can't do it if we're going to play the melody also. So we're going to try to get the bass note from this chord, A over C sharp, and also play the melody notes at the same time. So we can do that by holding this chord, which you might recognize maybe as an inversion of an A dominant 7th chord. But here we get all the notes that we want. The low note from the chord, which is an inversion, it's not the root of the chord. Play them all at once, and we're going to keep the bar, and then we go to this shape, which is a C diminished 7th chord. Now go down here. This is not exactly the same. This looks like a G major 7th arpeggio or an E minor 9 chord. And then drop these just like before. And hit this G note on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. Sometimes I play that as an octave. Okay, back to the beginning. And then here we have A in the bass, D in the bass. Those are the roots of those chords. And then we're going to play, the melody goes F sharp to E, and we're going to play exactly what we would do if we were playing the rhythm. We're going to go like that. Now here, the melody is over, and there's a moment where nothing's happening, you could say, in the melody, but we can kind of pick up where we left off with the rhythm stuff. And here we can do the rhythm. So we'll go and throw in a couple of those guys. Okay, back to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the second time around, this A section repeats. The second ending of the A section, instead of going F sharp to E, goes A to G. That's the root of the chord and the root of the key. We're in the key of G here, although there's some key changes which are pretty interesting. This time, instead of, we're going to go, and we can fill in the gaps there however we want. And you don't have to do this little exchange, it just gives you some harmonic kind of interest there. This is a G major 7th chord. This major 7th go down 2 frets to the left, and we have a major 6. So it's a major 7th to a major 6. Real common things, like T for 2 does that. Now we're on to the B section. What happens in the B section is we're changing key here. And we play this major scale, this A flat major scale, and then we go up 1 fret. But we need to put that with the chords. The chords are an A flat major chord, or A flat 6 chord, or A flat 6 9. Sounds better to me, and then move it up 1 fret. So to get the melody in here, let's bar the 3rd fret, and we're gonna go. That is it for the B section. That's not easy to do. Good thing is that it's really short, so we're going. You can strum all the strings if you like, and then we go. And then we're back. Here at the end, I've included a tag ending where we play the final kind of resolution or phrase several times at the end, just to kind of drive home the fact that the song is ending. And here we're going to go up an octave with the melody. So we ended here, and I'm going to add this E7 inversion. Looks like a B minor 6 chord, but it is E7 over B, and that resolves us to A minor, and that's the next chord here. So I'm going like this, an A minor 7th chord this way, Adding some harmony notes there. This is a way to play D7 based on this A form of D7. Just scooting these fingers up like this. I have them on the 5th fret, 7 and 7. Squish them together so that we're on 9 and 10 together. The melody is just this, and we're just trying to add some harmonies below it. And now here we have the famous cliched gypsy jazz ending that goes. Such a classic ending. You hear that in major keys and minor keys. You can do it all the time. We're gonna play an E form, major or minor, go up to the 2nd string. The 2nd string on the same fret as the root is always gonna be a perfect 5th. Here's a 5th, what we could call a closed 5th. It's not an octave apart. An octave from that 5th, maybe we could call that an open 5th. So what this thing does is it plays the 5th of the chord, it goes down a half step, and then it walks up chromatically to the root like that. But an easier way to do it, it takes a lot of coordination to go and just move up one finger like that. So I would rather go, and it gets us right to the chord we want to end on. So again, we're aiming for G major in this case. It could also be a minor chord in another song. We go to this 5th up here. That is a half step below the 5th, same as that note. Step out 1 fret, and then there's our root. And here I'm ending on a G major 6-9 chord, but I'm gonna slide into it 1 fret below. And I'm playing the root at the beginning of all of this with a bar. So if you wanna stretch this out a little bit, we can take these chords and instead of playing that melody, we can just arpeggiate it like this. You can do that just to kind of fill it out because the way that it is here, it's just the lead sheet version of it. There's no solo. Typically, you're going to hear somebody take a solo, maybe more than one person, and that's going to make it longer. So if you want to make it longer, you can do that to kind of fill it out. Hope you like this little arrangement of Djangology. This is really fun to play, and I love putting chords and melodies together for solo guitar arrangements. In this video though, I want to show you what I think are the top 5 gypsy jazz songs of all time.